Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 91 of Two Left Thumbs, your source of weekly gaming news and updates. In this week's episode, we're pretty much only going to be talking about the one thing, and that is the Ubisoft Forward and everything that they had there, all the announcements, all the games. We're going to be covering the entire thing with our thoughts, and we're going to finish it off with Superhot getting an expansion. We also, as always, have the best weekly deals from a range of publishers across all your gaming platforms. Remember, if you are listening, don't forget to share the podcast around, tell a friend about it, leave a rating as it does help our channel grow. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, rate and review on your podcasting platform of choice. I am Grey Aussie Gamer. Joined with me, as always, is the man, the myth, the legend himself, Def Puppies.
Oh, hi.
Hey,
Hi, what's going on?
How's, loud and proud that was. It was
proud,
yeah, right in my ears.
Hello, boys. Hey, man, what's been going on?
Yeah, not great deal gaming wise. No, a little bit. I went camping for a couple of days, which was good. It's always good to get out, see the world, get away from the internet and all of that stuff. So yeah, that was great. I was away for like 4 days. That was about it. Not a great deal. We'll cover some of the games that we've gone through, but let me. What have you been doing? Hit me with your week since last Tuesday.
I'm not as adventurous as you. Outdoors is terrifying, so I'm much an indoors person. But so I've been continuing with Breath of the Wild. I'm down 3 of the Divine Beasts now. I'm up to I'm at the 4th one right at the moment.
Which one did you leave the last?
The elephant in the water. Because it was the biggest pain in the ass to get to. I walked around that cliff for like an hour. Just going, how the fuck do I get up here? And then I went and did the bird one. And I got like the jump thing that you get. And I was like, oh yeah, I'll just yeet myself up the cliff. It'll be fine. Perfect.
Yeet away.
Yeet away. Because you can't climb there because it, like all the cliffs, because of what's happening. It's raining around that area constantly. And so, yeah, it made getting up there difficult. I don't know if there's an actual normal way up there, but that's how I got there.
I think there is, because I'm not too sure. I'm pretty sure I didn't leave that one until last night. So I had the bird one, so I didn't have to jump. So yeah, I think there is a way to get. Yeah, there is a way to get up there.
Yeah, right.
But overall, like enjoying the puzzles, combat,
it's okay.
Control. It's okay. It's okay.
It's okay. I mean, for one, fuck the Thunder Ganon. Oh my god, I hate that, dude. I spent 3 hours on that asshole last night. It was fucked. Fucked.
I feel it.
Yeah, it was terrible. That was the thing is every other kind of divine creature has been fairly easy to beat. Like you can kind of get it in 1 or 2 goes. This guy is just nightmarish. But it's okay. I think the biggest problem for me with this game is the weapon and the shield durability. And at its core is ruining a lot of the other gameplay experience for me. Because it's like, alright, cool, you can go to this, you can go to this, you can do this quest, and go to all this effort to get these weapons. It's like, how fucking long are they going to last? And I mean, I know there's the blood moon mechanic, and you can get more, and everything respawns, and that's cool. But you're looking at this big world, and all this stuff you can do to get these weapons, but what's the point? Like, it's a real...
Yeah.
I'm not really motivated to explore because I know the things I'm going to get are going to either eventually break or I'm not going to be able to fit them in my inventory till ages away because I need to wipe out other quests.
Hopefully it is something that they address for the next one, because remember they have announced a sequel. That's right. There is a second one coming, and they announced it 2 years ago, so it can't be far away. Hopefully that is the one mechanic they fuck off out of that, because I don't like it in any game at all. Period. I just find it absolutely just shit to deal with.
I'm fine with it if you can repair on the fly. So say you've got to have some materials here. All right, like there's still a longer duration. Like, not like they are now, where you do one fight and you've lost the fucking weapon. But like you can get through 3/4 of the game, you'll see 3/4 damage on a particular weapon, and you can repair it if you want to, or upgrade it, or have it kind of like Assassin's Creed does, where you can upgrade things, but go to a certain level. I think that'd be a slightly better way to do it.
I'm not too sure the game like the mechanic behind it. Like, what's the reason for implementing that in a game? Like, what does it do to the player? It forces the player to use different weapons, I guess, use different shields because you're gonna have to pick up stuff on the fly.
Yeah,
that's about it. It doesn't. Yeah, I think the challenge that it's supposed to offer is rubbed away to the tedious of it and how annoying it is. I think that is the thing that overrules all of it, and it just pisses everyone off.
Really overbalanced in the favor of just annoying the shit out of people.
Yeah,
but like I said, it's marred my entire experience because I'm like, fuck, I've got to like you start running all weapons. You're like, I've got to go find weapons, and then fuck, I've got to do this again in like 3 hours after I've done a few more fights. So. I mean, the puzzles are cool. I like some of the puzzles, especially with the Divine Beast. It took me a while to figure out. I think the first one was the lizard, and you have to like rotate the thing. And it didn't register when I read that. I was like walking around for ages, going, "What the fuck am I supposed to do? How's that supposed to get there? This is all weird." And I looked at the map again. I'm like, "Oh, there's a rotate button." That took me about half an hour to figure out. I was like, "Oh god."
Light bulb.
Fucking, it was great. So
what else?
From that, I played some Hyperscape, which is
I'm gonna fucking pause you right there because we're going to talk about that.
Yes,
as we go through. We got a thing planned for that, so don't go into that because we've both played it. We've both got the PC beta trial. So we will definitely be covering Hyperscape. Next one. We'll hold off on it just because we have got a thing on it, and we'll just cover it there.
That's all I've got this week. Has just been Breath of the Wild, and I haven't invested too much in gaming this week because I know I have Ghosts coming up on. It comes out Friday, but I'll be playing it on Saturday because I've got work on Friday. So I'm holding everything off because I don't want to start anything new because I've got a whole new game coming up in a few days. So I'm rubbing my hands in anticipation. It's gonna be great.
Just Ghost of Tsushima. I'm so looking forward to that. Like I just mentioned to you before, there has been an early review coming out at perfect score. Yeah, by the time everyone's listening to this, the reviews will be live anyway. I think they go live at midnight tonight, which is about 4 hours from now.
Yeah,
man, just the small clips of that have leaked out from the combat and stuff. I'm so fucking keen for this game. I just want to play it, and I'm definitely looking forward to covering it this weekend. Just playing the hell out of it, and you're going to be playing it as well, so we'll both be able to talk all about it next week.
Yes, we can. I mean, we probably won't do a spoiler cast next week. But we can probably do something along the lines of within the coming weeks.
Yeah, we'll see how the story checks out. I'm in it for the story, but I'm more in it for the combat and the world, I think, in this one.
Yeah, fair enough.
See how it rolls. Well, let's get into our deals of the week. So we can move into the Ubisoft Forward event, which is quite a big event anyway, so there's a lot to cover there. Rightio, we're going to kick it off with PlayStation Plus this week. They are the same deals from last week, which is Erica, NBA 2K20, and Rise of the Tomb Raider. They're for your PlayStation Plus. I think maybe three weeks left to go on those. PSN, we got Far Cry 3 for $4.99. That's quite fitting considering we've had Far Cry 6 just announced. So for $5, that's in my opinion the best Far Cry I think they've done. Far Cry 3.
Yeah, 3 was definitely
just perfect. So good. Moving on to Xbox, we got Games with Gold this week. Is still Coffee Talk, World Rally Championship 8, and Saints Row 2. Deals with Gold this week, we have Vampire for $21.23 and Steep for $15. I never really got into Steep. I played Vampire. Vampire is an awesome game. Did you ever play it?
Oh, Vampire, yeah, I did. I didn't like it. That's me.
Didn't you like it?
No, I didn't like it. I don't know, man. It had the constant like having to fight through the same enemies over and over again in the same area. It got to me, and it was, I don't know. I just found it really annoying. I just don't think at the time when I was playing, I wasn't up for that kind of game. I don't think.
Yeah, that's
but it just didn't sit with me.
Completely fine. And Steep is the extreme sports one.
Yeah, so it's
you base jump and snowboard and ski and
jumping. Yeah,
a
lot of fun. Good game.
Point break the game.
Those kind of games. Yeah,
sweet as. Over on the Switch, we have Valorant. Is that in? And Slain double pack for $14. So Slain, back from hell as a heavy metal inspired arcade combat game with stunning pixel art visuals, challenging old school gameplay, and a brutal soundtrack. Valerius is a 2D action platformer forged from heavy metal. Wield an array of deadly weapons as you venture into the mysterious fortress of Valerius. Man, it made me actually say that word 3 fucking times. Valerius.
I thought it was Valerius. That's how I read it anyway.
Valerius.
Anyway, I've played Valerius. It's really fun. Yeah. Slain I haven't, but Valerius I have. I played it 6 months ago, something like that. Really fun, just platformer. Really good. Fucking epic as fuck soundtrack. It is just like heavy metal as fuck.
Good.
It's like if Doom was a 2D platformer. It's fucking amazing.
That is a perfect way to describe something. I like it. Doom was a 2D platformer. There we go. Over on the Epic Store, we still have Killing Floor 2, Lifeless Planet Premier Edition, and The Escapist 2 should be changing out this week.
End of this week.
We've also got end of the week. Bonus deals this week. We've thrown in some bonus deals. A massive sale is running on at the Ubisoft Store, which features the majority of games in the publisher's back catalogue. The Ubisoft Forward sale runs from July 20th on the Ubisoft Store and other storefronts. To kick things off, the Assassin's Creed Animus Pack, which includes every Assassin's Creed title and its DLC, is only $148. Are you fucking kidding me?
It's a lot of games, man.
Holy Jesus, for $148, that is insane.
Yeah.
For all the Assassin's Creed, and they're... Alright, that's... If you haven't played Assassin's Creed and you're looking for a good game, a good series to tie you over for the next 3 to 4 years...
15 games, $150.
That is...
That's...
It's probably the best deal I think I've ever heard of. So then you can add the promo code and you'll knock the price down to $120. Well, there you go. I should have kept reading. Well, there we go. If you're looking for individual titles in the series, Assassin's Creed Odyssey is discounted to $19. Assassin's Creed Origin is $12. And Assassin's Creed Black Flag is only $6.80. Perfect. $6.80 for Black Flag. Get it. The Far Cry Platinum Pack includes every entry for $72, which is $58.24 with the promo code. You can also grab the individual titles in the series for $10 or less, with Far Cry 5 down to $9 and Far Cry New Dawn discounted to $10. Other tentpole Ubisoft franchises are also on sale. Ghost Recon Breakpoint, Ghost Recon Wildlands, and Rainbow Six Siege are discounted to $15 each. Meanwhile, Rayman Legends, one of the best modern platformers, is down to $7.50, and Rayman Origins is at $6.80. Finally, Watchdogs 2 is only $10, but at the moment, due to an issue with the rewards program ran during the Ubi Forward, it is free for everyone who has a Uplay account. That is, that's all their deals they've got on at the moment. Holy Jesus. Ubisoft absolutely coming in huge. That is, there is some really good stuff there. Like, take it from Puppies and I, who, every week we go through, PlayStation, Xbox, Nintendo, all of these guys, and we go through their pages and we look through all their stores trying to find some of the better deals that are on there, because there are some good ones and there's some really shitty ones. This one from Ubisoft is probably the best I've ever seen.
Especially for, not just an individual title, but for a whole group of titles as well. And as far as I know, this is across all platforms. So that's why there's the deal on PlayStation as well. That's why all these titles are discounted across Xbox, PlayStation, and obviously on PC as well, which is where I got this from.
Insane.
So if you're looking for Ubisoft titles, now is the time.
Yeah, definitely. And some really, really good games in there, man. There's some really good Assassin's Creed, some really good Far Cries.
I'm actually really pumped because I've never played Watch Dogs 2. After Watch Dogs 1, I was kind of meh, and I gave it a miss. So it might be something I pick up and play before Watch Dogs 3.
Well, it is free.
With the series, yeah, exactly.
There you go. Who doesn't love free stuff? Shall we dive in? This, like I've said before on these guys, this is all about Ubisoft pretty much until all the way at the end. So we are going to continue it and kick it off with the show itself. So The show itself began with Watchdogs Legion. The game's story begins with the recruitment of Albion, a private military company, to establish order in London after the city is attacked by an unknown terrorist. London will be the first city in the world to be made truly safe, he says in a cutscene. As shown before, the game's major features is the ability to recruit any NPC into the Resistance. The first mission shows off was breaking into the Albion mansion, and the demo used a construction worker called Arthur, who can call in a cargo drone to fly over the top of the castle walls. Another recruit shown was a drone expert called Amy, who uses a string of gadgets and specialist drones for more traditional Watch Dogs hacking gameplay. Players can also recruit Albion contractors, enabling a Hitman 2 style of gameplay. The next gameplay we saw of the game was a mission breaking into the London gang lord Mary Kelly's compound, featuring different NPCs and abilities. The thrust of the gameplay was focusing on getting the best recruits, or the best mix of abilities from the recruits you can find for every mission. A Watchdogs Legion level artist explained later in a canned interview that one of the recurring Easter eggs is a boat filled with cats, which was an odd thing to end it on with, but so they did. We're gonna pause that part there before we move on to the next part of the Ubisoft Forward. Watchdogs Legion, dude. What? Give me all your thoughts.
Color be fucking impressed. Like when we first heard about this game, it was like, we're gonna do this thing where you can play as different NPCs, and I was like, okay, this sounds cool, but can you pull it off? Because I mean, the amount of technical shit that has to go on behind this, including everyone being individually voice acted, all the systems, all the stories, all the missions. I'm like, there's got to be some kind of like, there'd have to be an issue there where you're gonna see repetitive. Apparently, so far. There's been a few people that have played it and they've kind of released their thoughts and what they experienced. None of them have seen any double ups, and everyone has every character in London has their own thing, which is fucking insane. Like the amount of detail in this is nuts. And I was kind of warm on it, but this, like, seeing this and what other people have thought over the last day, I'm genuinely pretty excited for this one, man. I think it's going to be a cracker of a game. The only real question is how annoying is it going to get when you have to constantly keep recruiting people?
Especially,
it's going to feel kind of like a bit of a chore after like 30, 40 hours, you know?
Especially if you put the permadeath on.
Yeah.
Which, you
kind of want it.
Oh, you would. It'd add to that risk-reward feeling. I think the game would feel way more satisfying if you had that, that feeling always in the back of your mind, like, shit, I could literally lose this character if I stuff it up and do something wrong. I think that's what they want people to play, and yeah, I don't think they want to add in a mode where you can just kind of respawn.
Well, you can. They spend like a few hours in the hospital, so they once they kind of go down... they're out for a certain amount of time before we can bring them back.
Yeah, right. Okay.
So there is still a risk there. You still lose them, but it just won't be permanently, which is good. I think that's fair. People get annoyed if they keep constantly losing characters. But yeah, I'm definitely playing this on permadeath mode.
Oh,
I'll go through the entire city of London. I don't give a shit.
Playing as an army of grandmas.
Oh, that's happening too. Yeah.
Going to kick every fucker in the shins. I'm still on the fence with it. I'm going to get it. Yeah, I'm going to get it because I like their ambition that they've shown here to kind of, if they pull it off. I mean, we'll see how it shakes out towards the end of the year. It's still a while to release, few months. So I don't know. I'm just a bit iffy on the game. The gameplay of itself. I don't know. The shooting just doesn't seem. I don't know. I just don't think it's going to pull me in and keep me there.
Okay.
Yeah, and I think that there's going to be...
It's not exactly a shooter either. Like, it has shooting, but it's not designed to be a shooter.
No.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it'll be... It's got that same... It's going to have that same kind of GTA feel to it, where the gunplay is fucking amazing, but it's as long as it's serviceable, I think we'll be okay.
Yeah, no, you're right. But I think with the comparison to GTA, the reason why everyone loves GTA is because it's so easy to get into. Like, you just jump in, you jump on a bike, and you just go destroy shit, do what you want. In this one, if it's anything like the first one, like, there's a lot of systems in place to do simple things. I watched someone, a thing on Twitter today about it. Someone called in a drone and they were saying, like, how long it actually took them to get to that point, what buttons they had to go through, and they said it was a bit of a slog, and which was fine in the preview event where they've got it and everyone's like, yes, this is cool and whatnot. But what's it going to be like at hour 30 or hour 50? Like, is that going to grate on you to the point where I don't want to do like, and then you're going to be looking at ways to get around these systems that they've put in place and trying to just get around this ambitious game that they've made by finding, gamer shortcuts, I guess. Whereas I'm in on this game. I'm going to be buying it because of their ambition, because of how much different it kind of looks and it can be, and just hopefully they've pulled it all off. That it feels nice to play and it doesn't feel repetitive and whatnot. Yeah. And I think
I'm totally with you on those concerns. It could get annoying after a while if it's not done right.
Yeah. Like, what's it going to be like to recruit your 50th character because they've died? Or, I don't know, what is it going to be boring? Do you have to do their same mission because you've got to do a mission for them to recruit them, as far as I'm aware.
I'd be interested to see how many variants there are in that.
Exactly.
Not the exact mission itself, but the mission type. Like, I know there's like different types, but it depends on how many variants they have of that to keep it reasonably fresh. Like, you can't expect them to have every single one be different as much as we'd want that. There's going to be some repeats of mission styles in there, I think, but as long as there's enough difference.
You can't recruit everyone, can you? You can only recruit
everyone.
I thought, from what I saw, you couldn't recruit every single person you could see. They would come up if they could be recruited. A lot can.
Oh, I might have missed that.
There's a lot of.
I was under the impression it was anyone. You could just kind of follow them around and stalk them. That was it.
No, I think I seen the same thing. I seen it today that it's like they went to recruit someone, but they couldn't, and then they wanted the other person, so they recruited this other person anyway.
Right.
I'm not too sure. I could be wrong, but yeah, that would be weird if that's the case. I think I prefer the whole grab anyone you want.
Yeah, definitely.
Setup.
From what I understood, it was grab everyone. Like the way the gameplay was showing, they're walking around with every person going past as those little information tiles coming up when they scanned them. So I think it might work where, like, alright, I'm going to go recruit someone, so you activate your phone to scan to recruit people, and that's when you start getting the information popping up. So you've got to be it won't be like a passive thing, it'll be like an active. There might be a few events or something, but it'll be like you have to actively go and look for them. Like, this person, I can do this and stuff like that.
Well, hopefully we find out a bit more about it. Aesthetic-wise, what do you think? Do you like the setting?
I do. I like it.
Futuristic, punkish London.
It's got a good mix between old London and kind of future tech London. I like it.
It does. It does.
There's a contrast between the two, and I think, like, scenery-wise, it's gonna make for some interesting looks, and especially like in certain levels and stuff where it might be moving through like an older building, and then you go into like a newer area where it's all high rises and neon lights and shit. And
the Hitman gameplay, I wouldn't call it Hitman, I would call it John Wick. The assassin guy you can recruit, that was
the guy with the long hair that looks exactly like John Wick but isn't John Wick.
Wears the suit, yeah,
and does like the same moves with the gun.
And his name is Wick John. That guy. Yeah, that was pretty much it. Yeah, borrow my homework, just don't copy all of it. Was what they did there, and they went, fuck it, I'm copying.
It was a neat little Easter egg though.
It looked really cool. I don't know how staged that part was, if that is like choreographed to hell, and it's like really hard to replicate that to get the enemy AI to stand in the right spot to get all that stuff to kind of activate.
I have a feeling it might be like an animation, like, so each character would have different attack animations for melee and like from stealth. So if you take someone down, whereas like the John Brick character,
John Brick, that's the fucking best name for it. That is brilliant. Ubisoft, call it John Brick.
So he has a certain animation when he takes someone down, which is the boom boom with the gun, bang bang, because I think most of the spy characters have like silenced weapons and stuff like that. Whereas like someone like the grandmother is like a spin them around, tap them on the shoulder, kick him in the shins, and just whack him with the purse. Because I mean, each character type has different weapons as well. Like the construction person uses a fucking wrench and a nail gun. Nail gun is a ranged weapon.
I love that. As a fellow construction worker, that's how I patrol the streets as well, with my wrench and my fucking nail gun from Bunnings, aisle 7.
Get that shit.
That's it's pretty funny. It's just instant construction worker turns into instant killer.
Yeah.
Recruited, you're in.
One bad day, man. One bad day.
It. Yeah. I'll teach you for stealing me fucking smoko. So, pretty keen on it overall, yeah?
Yeah, keen on it overall.
Cool.
Interesting to see how, again, how things pan out. It could go all terribly wrong, but from what I've seen, I'm pretty excited to play it. See what it's like.
Cool. Do we have a release date? We do. October 17th, isn't it? It's 2 days before Cyberpunk.
It is. What
do you think of... No, is it 2 days before Cyberpunk, or is that Assassin's Creed?
No, that was Assassin's Creed, I think.
Assassin's Creed, that's right.
And Watchdogs was like February, I think.
Okay.
I think it was like early 21.
That makes so much more sense because, you wouldn't want it going toe-to-toe with Cyberpunk. Assassin's Creed can, but
maybe.
But not this. All right, we're going to move on. So the next reveal was Brawlhalla's Android and iOS release. The mobile version will have crossplay with all other platforms and launches on August 6th. Not something I've gotten into, but it's something they
Switch. I've played it a few times. It's okay.
It's Super Smash Brothers, isn't it? But it's Ubisoft version.
Yeah, it's Super Smash Brothers with like indie characters, basically.
Yeah, okay. It's been around for a while. Like they're obviously getting some success with it because it does pop up quite a lot, and they do promote it a bit. You do see it at E3s, and you do obviously we've seen it again in the forward, but.
Yeah, I think it's just one of those niche games that has like a really solid community with it, and then they just keep ticking it along.
Fair enough. Staying with the mobile theme, we've got Might and Magic. Era of Chaos was next. There was no new announcements for the game, however. What are your thoughts on that one? Did you catch that one?
No, I watched the display. I don't even remember this one. Like it's not.
It was pretty brief.
Yeah.
Sandwiched in
between. I think I saw a mobile game and just kind of peaced out for a second.
Yeah, fair enough.
Card game, whatever.
Now, the next part is going to be a sensitive topic for you, especially. It is for a lot of people, actually. Myself is included, but not as much as you. The passion is real. Next up was a highly stylized trailer for some kind of shooter. It's called Tom Clancy's Elite Squad, which is another 5 vs 5 mobile battler game. The game has a campaign mode of its own, although the trailer didn't have any extra info on that. What did you...
The reason why this game so much.
The reason why, people, that this is a sensitive topic is because it featured Sam Fisher, the man from Splinter Cell, which we have all been absolutely screaming out for. A lot of people have for a new game in the Splinter Cell series because it is a fucking fantastic series. Yes. It's had its little, shitty moments, but overall it was such a really good series, and it's one Ubisoft are being very coy about.
They have
some reason. Maybe they're just sitting on that little Easter egg.
They keep teasing us. Like there was that event with Ghost Recon where they had that top place. Yeah, they come in there, and then they had something else as well. And then there was this game that came out as I think the first trailer we saw was like last E3 or something, and it had they showed Sam Fisher in that as well. Oh man. I need to talk about the next bit to talk about this. They're like, speaking of Tom Clancy, and my heart just stopped. I'm like, oh god, here it is. Yes, here we go. And then they dropped us a thank you trailer from the Rainbow Six Siege team, and I cried 1,000 tears. Oh fuck, man! I'm just like, they know they're doing it too. Like they might not even be working on it, but they know if they hint at anything, fucking Splinter Cell, they've got an audience, and then they just drop something else to get your attention. It's like, fuckers, you're breaking my heart, Ubisoft. Stop it, please.
They are the heartbreakers with it. The game itself, though, it's hard to kind of guess at what it's going to be, other than what we know that's a mobile game, 5v5.
It looks like
Well, when I first saw it, I
Ubisoft's
thought it
Raid
was.
Shadow Legends.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, when I first saw it, I thought it looked very Fortnite-esque in the
graphics
character
too,
design.
definitely,
Yeah. I was like, oh, maybe this is their Fortnite killer, their BR version of that, because it was very cartoony and whatnot. But turns out it's not. But we have no more extra information on that as of yet. Might have some later. After that, it was a quick thank you trailer to Rainbow Six Siege. It was time for more info on Hyperscape. So the Battle Royale was effectively a virtual game that exists within a Ready Player One style VR universe that people play to escape the misery of the real-world Earth. At the end of a Hyperscape match, the climactic showdown phase starts. When the Hyperscape crown spawns on the map, players have two different ways to claim victory. Either by picking it up and carrying the crown for 45 seconds, or being the last player or squad standing, Ubisoft said after the show and release. There's a tease about the game having a darker secret at the heart of the Hyperscape, although whether that's some kind of mode or actual ARG running within the Hyperscape isn't known. The game's creative director explained that players will be able to pick up hacks and other power-ups that affect the world for all players, including the ability to adjust gameplay. Hyperscape's open beta would also be going live from today. Now, we've played this.
Yes, we have.
Give me your thoughts on it. Let's hear it.
Okay, so
Raw
this
and
game
unfiltered.
has a lot of good, interesting things going on. So I like the way the game's balanced. The way the weapon system works is really cool. The crown thing, it's whatever. It's a take on a final circle. That's cool. Being able to see the map from the launch area, like you can look down over it, was kind of neat. The power-up system, again, cool. The whole weapon power-up system is very minimalist, and I like that because it makes things easy to balance. The gameplay, I don't know. It's fast, it's cool, but the TTK is like 10 years. And like you're sitting there with an assault rifle getting 11 damage points and like 19 if you hit a head. And you're like, fuck. And you're like clipping a half, and he's like trying to take these motherfuckers down. And it's like, no, it just felt off.
Yeah.
Like the shooting was kind of light. Like there was no weight behind the guns. But I mean, given the preface of the game and how it's stylized, I can kind of understand that. Sniping feels really good. It's hit scan sniper, which is nice. But yeah, it's okay. And there's some cool mechanics there, but that's all I've got. It's alright. Like it could have been, I don't know. It's still in beta though. They could address a lot of the things and fix it. But again, it's just another battle royale. Oh man, I think we're getting to that point now. It's just like, is this like, if this has come out like what 4 years ago, this would be fucking brilliant. Like you've got like the kind of Quake-esque kind of style of movement and shooting in there, and I had the Unreal Tournament vibe. Yeah, it's that if they did a BR basically, but overall it was just I was very meh on it,
I think you nailed it in the fact that it's not the game itself that's at fault per se. Like it does have its issues, but it does have its positives as well. It's Battle Royale. It's the genre itself. I think it's so in our face everywhere we go. It's like, the top of Twitch. It's the top of everything, and I think a lot of people are kind of just getting a bit burnt out on it.
Yeah, definitely. That was kind of the general consensus I was seeing as well. People's like, it's okay, but it's BR again.
Yeah, there's definitely room for it to be.
If this had been just an arena shooter,
maybe
it would have been right. Like a larger scale, like not like a 6-a-side, so maybe go like 20-a-side with a larger map, but not a BR. Take it down to like TDM style.
So what you're saying is Cliff Bleszinski and his team should have released Lawbreakers now instead of like 4 years ago. It would have been a successful game.
Yeah.
Dude, that's really bad. That game probably now would have cleaned up.
Oh, definitely, yeah. At the end of the BR era would have been fucking perfect.
Yeah. So my overall thoughts on this game, like I've played for a chunk of it today. I like the positives of it. I like the abilities, the fact that they are on the map and open to all. My issues with Apex are the class system is locked. Like each character has their own thing, and you inevitably get one class that is a bit more better or a bit more powerful than the other one. And if you don't get that class when you're lining up, you get the shits and you just throw the game. So having the abilities on the map, I think, is a really good move. I like the verticality to the map, jumping around, moving around, the double jump. It feels good. It feels fast. But that's about it. That's where the positives end for me. Then the negatives, and they're not a negative, I guess. They're just the things that I'm not really sticking with is the level design itself, as in the level aesthetics of the game. Like, it just kind of looks empty. Like, I understand that makes sense because it's a virtual reality game.
It is very samey, but I think that's intentional too, because the way they've integrated this with streaming is like it's very kind of baked into the game, which is something we haven't talked about yet either. Is like there's a Twitch extension streamers can download, and the events that pop up on the map. So there's like a low gravity, extra health pack spawn, extra shields or something, and there's like a triple jump event. There's like all these different events, and if someone's streaming in a game, their chat can vote on what event pops up.
I did see that because I did pop up a few times.
I've watched a few streams with that. I didn't get around to streaming this myself, but that was cool. I liked it. Like I said, there's just so many cool systems here that work really well, but it's just
it's a battle royale.
Yeah.
Like you said, also the shooting feels just like you're firing paper bullets. There's nothing there. The TTK is huge, especially coming I'm mainlining the shit out of Escape from Tarkov, where one bullet will kill you, even if it shoots you in the toe. It's just got an insane TTK, and this one is just the total opposite. It's like you need to put round after round into people. Some of the abilities are a bit hit and miss. They're a bit like the armor one. I like the fact that you can get armor like that. But then as soon as you push a button to do anything else, it gets rid of your armor.
Yeah, but then again, if you had all that armor and you were firing at the same time, that would be...
Oh, yeah, but, get rid of half the armor then. Just make it so, if you found that power up, then make it more viable, not a reason to try and slow you down while you try and escape someone who's faster and can shoot you. That just doesn't make much sense to me. Yeah, I don't know. No, I'm going to be watching...
The fuse system.
I actually don't mind that. The fuse system is when you say you pick up an assault rifle and you find another assault rifle, the same one, in the world, you can go up and upgrade it. You take that and fuse it together. Hence the fuse system. I think it's a neat mechanic to giving players an incentive to hold onto a gun.
Well, there's only, I think, a dozen different weapons, and that's it. And it's basically one of each archetype, and it's like... So everything is balanced, and then it's you can get more damage, larger magazine every time you go out, and then once you get to a full upgrade, which is like 5, you get an extra perk as well. I think it is.
Okay. See, they gotta be careful that they don't go down. I don't know where they're trying to take this for a battle royale. Are they trying to make it to an esport level, or are they trying to make it for Twitch?
I think they're trying to make it for Twitch.
Okay, well then they don't need to go crazy on the balancing of everything.
But
they need to make it
both. I don't know.
No, they can. Not saying they can't. They can do whatever they want.
Pushing for the streamer audience interaction kind of deal at the moment.
If you're gonna do that, then you need to make it fun for the streamer who's playing it, and engaging for the audience who's watching it. And that means crank out. That's why Fortnite's super successful, because it's got it's got silly shit in it that just works. Yeah. And people enjoy mucking around with silly shit and watching it. And, I'm going to be keeping an eye on the game for sure. I've got it there.
It's also a really small download too, which is worth noting. It's like 8 gig or something.
Don't worry. My hamster was like high-fiving me. It's like, fucking, we got this one, mate. I'll download this for you today. It's like, man, you're a good hamster. Me and my poor internet.
But yeah, so
Right,
if you want to check it out, Ubisoft Store, PC only at the moment for the beta, and it's only a small download, so you're not losing a lot of room to check.
Yeah, they haven't mentioned console yet. They do.
No, it is
plan
coming
on console this year.
Yeah, but it'll be PC first, then console after.
You would think it might be the Twitch thing. It's stuffing them up there on the console. The integration there.
I doubt it. Or maybe.
Huh? So just because it's easier for it to interface with the PC than it is to go. Yeah, that must be
the. They have to push through the capture card or whatever.
Yeah, so I don't think it.
Yeah,
I'm sure that must be the reason why they're trying to work out how to get around. I don't know. Anywho, next up, finally, we have it. Assassin's Creed Valhalla. We've got the gameplay. It's not a cinematic trailer. It was legit gameplay. Let's go through it. So Xbox's Phil Spencer then appeared to announce that Watchdogs Legions would support smart delivery, adding that the next gen version of Legion would support ray tracing. That led straight into Assassin's Creed Valhalla gameplay. After describing some of Ubisoft's research, Valhalla was explained how Vikings have to leave Norway to resettle in England. Players will choose a male or a female Viking from the start of the game, searching for the farming land and trying to make their clan prosper. Vikings were not only fighting face-to-face, they were masters of stealth and deception when needed, an Ubisoft director said, as footage of the classic Assassin's Creed Stealth Blade played. The deep dive into Valhalla gameplay began with some shots of Vikings in long ships. Players will be able to raid small towns as they come across them, setting fire to all English thatchers and reviving your Viking crew as they fall. Whatever riches and resources you pillage will be used to develop your settlement. The map in Valhalla is a larger piece of parchment, constantly updating as more allies and towns are conquered. Some enemy AI can throw bodies of fallen warriors at you, other enemy types will deliberately team up. Players will have to stun enemies by targeting their legs, allowing follow-up attacks or finishing moves. All weapons can be dual-wielded, and players can dual-wield shields if desired. Ubisoft added that more Valhalla gameplay would be shown off after the Ubisoft Forward, and that the game would be launching on November 17th, 2 days before Cyberpunk 2077. Yep.
That's a bold move, Cotton.
Let's see how that plays out. Right, before we go into the Cyberpunk side of it, what did you think?
I don't know. I mean, I know, but I'm... Oof. Like, it looks good, right? It looks good. The combat looks super animation heavy. Like, really animation heavy. Like, it's nearly...
It is?
It's like quick time event light for like most parts of it. Like, you press a button, you're going through an animation, and I don't know if you're going to be able to cancel out of that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I know they said there was stealth, but I didn't see a lot of stealth there.
I think when they say stealth nowadays in the Assassin's Creed, I mean, there was stealth in the originals. Now I think it's like, I think when they say that, it's because they're bringing back the blending moments of, you know.
Mechanic. Yeah, I saw that. That was cool. I like that. That's back.
That was it. But they didn't show any of the Hidden Blade stealth gameplay.
No, it was all focused on like the newer stuff, like the sieges and like something else. It was just the combat system in general, I think.
Yeah,
sieges were interesting though.
Yeah. Okay. So you like the sieges?
Yeah. So it's an evolution on what the open world battles were in Odyssey, where you go to an area, you would unlock a battle, and you'd go have to fight for a side, and win for territory. And this one, you have to move through to take over a town. So you have to fight in an area. You can either choose to fight in an area and use the battering ram, or you can just use the battering ram and let the NPCs do all the fighting. You can also apparently just sneak through the whole thing and assassinate the mate target, and that will win you the event. So there's a few different play options there, which is really, really cool. So like, if you don't want to, like, this is about the only stealth part that I saw, and this wasn't even part of this presentation, but you can just go in and stealth attack the guy.
I didn't even see that part. That must have been afterwards.
There was, I think it was in someone else's gameplay, I think, but it's.
Okay, yeah.
I figured it would be important to note. But I mean, it looks cool. It's a more structured version of what they had previously, which is kind of cool. Just see how annoying it is to balance between the battering ram and the battle. Especially if you're doing it over and over and over again, and how rinse and repeat that kind of gets for you. Seems to be the way with Assassin's Creed. Is like, how repetitive is this going to be?
That's the big question, isn't it? Is how an Assassin's Creed, or the new ones, and repetitiveness kind of go hand in hand. Especially the new ones like Odyssey can be a chore. It is a chore to get through.
Where are you with the gameplay, man?
The game overall, I'm keen on it because I enjoy the era. I think Vikings and that it's going to be a great setting for the game. It's something that's not exactly entirely explored within games today, so I'm very keen for that. I'm not super sold on them talking about the map being the biggest one ever again and all that shit, because inevitably that's going to lead to a lot of dull moments, a lot of boring parts where there's nothing there and you're just walking through fields, running through fields, et cetera, et cetera. You can't, we're going back to a time period where, we don't have the cool sea naval battles. I mean, they've got a longboat, that's it. So obviously we've got no cannons and we're, nothing that's like Black Flag-esque, which is a shame.
It's kind of okay though. We've done it a few games now. Let's give it a break.
I was going to see what they could actually... Yeah, but that's... imagine if most of the map then is like all land with just canals of water going everywhere. It's like, fuck.
Yeah, true.
Give us try something new with the sea combat. Who knows? But as far as the main combat, I think that's what they're showing off the most. I think that's what they're most excited about is the combat. The combat itself. It's not to the fluid levels of Arkham, which I think is kind of what they want. They want that combat of Arkham Knight and the Arkham series in general and Spider-Man as well. Yeah. You know how it's fast and it's fluid and it's and it just rolls through. I think they kind of want the same thing. That's why they're going more kind of this animation heavy, which you're right. To make it seem more cinematic, I guess.
Yeah, definitely. Like, there's a lot of finishes and stuff in there you can do.
There's heaps, and it's way more gorier. It's way more in your face. Like, there's some cool things, but all those things look great when you first see it. They fucking annoy you 20 hours in, and if you're in 20 hours into an Assassin's Creed game and you're getting annoyed with combat,
a hard time because
you are
generally the prologue.
Yeah, exactly. You're nearly just started out of the training section. So, yeah, and that comes back to the hand in hand with making the world the biggest world ever. Fucking don't. No. Like, they don't need that. Like, make something smaller.
Intricate world ever.
Yeah, give us something really, really cool and interesting and new. Don't spread it out as far as you can push the pixels and whatnot and cram as much shit on there. Just fucking... Anyway, I'm getting it. I'm in because it's Assassin's Creed. And like I said, apart from me getting recently back into Odyssey, I've had years away from the series after being a very hardcore fan of it. I'm disappointed in the parkour again. The parkour is just back to push forward and hold X to climb everything. You can go anywhere. It's like, that is not interesting. That's boring because you don't need to think. You just walk.
I need to be up that mountain.
Yeah. Up I go. Put it, at least, why not throw a stamina system in?
No,
similar to Zelda.
I don't like
for the climbing bullshit. I hate the climbing. Well, give me the parkour that's good. The old
give us the parkour from 3. Yeah, parkour from 3 was fucking amazing. Lots of different paths you could choose. You can flick through and change directions really easily. It was really, really good.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. I like you can change between characters now, which is a first for the series.
That gives me concerns, mostly from the story side of things. Because in Odyssey, you have a choice between a male and female, and based on that choice, I mean, it sucks because there's a bit of FOMO with it, but based on that choice, you experience things differently. Where if you play as Cassandra, your brother is the bad guy, and it's vice versa. If you play as brother, Cassandra's the bad guy, and being able to change at any time I think it's just going to pull you out of the story a little bit, and the story won't be as committed and driven. It'll just be kind of bleh and there.
Unless they do it in the same vein as what they've done with Jacob and Evie out of Syndicate or GTA, where, let's say, the female character, whoever you plays, she's out in the world doing their own thing. Like the AI takes over her character,
Okay.
and when you want to take back over and play as her, you might be in the middle of a settlement raiding or something like that, and because that's what the AI decided to go do, or who knows, it can be whatever. It can do some really cool shit, like with Trevor and GTA, he'd wake up, there'd be a helicopter on its lid, and he'd be drunk as, and it's like, how the fuck did you get here, dude? What were you doing the last 20 minutes? I reckon if they did it, if it goes something similar like that, it could be pretty cool.
Why would they give them the same name? And from what was described, it's a perk, essentially. Like, you can change it next to your perk tree, male or female. You just flick it over.
Oh, okay, right. Well,
yeah. So I have concerns of the story being watered down because making that choice, having that choice for people is awesome, but I'm concerned how much it's going to affect the story.
I'm hearing you. Yeah, no, definitely. I didn't know that was what it was going to be. Yeah, that's weird, isn't it? It's odd. Yeah. I don't understand. Why not just go?
It's very non-committal, and I'm just like,
no, it's annoying, isn't it?
Yeah.
Kind of takes some of the shine, like some of the the replayability of the game out of it, especially because I know heaps of people that went back through AC Odyssey just to see the perspective of Cassandra, because they played as old mate the first time. That's now gone.
Yeah, it's just choose a body type and go.
So, do you think are you gonna pick it up?
Yeah, I'll still be picking it up. I mean, I've played every AC so far. I don't intend on breaking that. I mean, I really enjoyed Odyssey, and I like the Viking setting as well. I'm same boat as you, man. I like it. I'm gonna be playing it. I have my concerns about how things are gonna wash out, but I'm happy enough to kind of pay for it to see how it plays out. Just
throw the cash at them and
see how it goes, But
Ubisoft they do a good game, so
they do, yeah.
You've got a pretty safe bet that it should be good. Hopefully, it is that way. I think we're both pretty going to be pretty excited for it when it gets a bit closer and we see a bit more of it.
Yeah, I'm totally doing a double shield run. That's what I'm doing. I'm not using weapons. I'm going to use a double shield and a bow, and that's going to be me set for the entire game.
Double shield and a bow. I like it. Oh no! Also, they're also going mythical as well.
Yes, so they're bringing in the mythology.
They got all the mythology is all there, which is going to be really cool. It's going to be
good. It'd be good to separate from the Greek mythology, because we've had that basically through Origins and Odyssey now. So changing gods would be nice.
The changing of the gods will be good. So yeah, it looks good. I'm happy with it. Finally, at the end of the show, we had Ubisoft's CEO, Yves Guillemot, finished up the show with the final statement, adding that another Ubisoft Forward event would be held at some date in the future, including one final trailer. It was the cinematic intro for Far Cry 6, featuring a lot of smoky reds, fires, cars, vinyls, and whiskey. Dude, I fucking love this trailer.
Yeah, it was good.
It
was so
sick.
Good, man. The guy they
have
the villain.
Oh, that guy. That's fucking not him. The kid is Vargas. Is Vas. I'm telling you, he's Vas.
I've seen the same theories. The eyebrow scar thing. They were gonna see Vas's story originally was he grew up with with the tribe. So that's where it. So unless he was lying.
I don't know. We had the podcast like a few months ago when we spoke about he was the voice actor was doing work again.
Or
Remember?
yeah, maybe. Fuck.
He's doing work.
What? Oh my god! What if you play? Like he's an NPC that you side with.
I don't know.
I
don't know. So there wasn't much shown. It was a cinematic trailer. There was no in-game footage or anything like that shown. I think we're going to see it much. I think honestly, I think we're going to see the first in-game footage at the Xbox event.
Yep. Oh, isn't that first party though?
Maybe. Maybe they might think something else.
I think that'll be our next Ubisoft Forward. Will be Far Cry 6
because it is out 21.
Yeah, 21
next year, isn't it?
Yeah,
end of next year, I'd imagine.
Mid to end, I think it was.
Yeah,
did they announce a release date? No, they didn't.
I think it's just the year. Yeah, they've just given it a ballpark one because they didn't announce the release date. They didn't give us gameplay, but they sure as fuck gave us the collector's edition.
Oh my god, that fucking shit!
Dude, that pissed me off. Ubisoft stopped doing that.
For a flamethrower that doesn't even work. Ubisoft, please. It could at least work as a water pistol or something. Fuck.
Yeah, something that shoots even like that thing that pops out and goes boom.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
That part there was a bit irritating, showing that off the goal of them. But anyway, it's I forget his name. The Breaking Bad.
Yeah, I've totally blanked on the name as well. I was trying to remember it before, and it's gone.
The villain out of Breaking Bad, pretty much, is the main villain in this game. He's a cracking actor, man, and he looks like this game. I think it's going to be fucking sick. I don't know.
He's been tweeting about it. He kind of suggested that he was working on a game coming up about a couple of weeks ago. I think, last week, I think. And then the second this came out, he's like, "Yeah, this is me. It's gonna be fucking awesome. I'm really excited." So I'm keen to see how this goes. It's the first time they've had like a bigger actor or a notable actor in for voice work for a main character. Am I wrong? Well,
for the Far Cry series, definitely.
For the Far Cry series, definitely.
Yeah, 100%.
I'm not sure about other series, but definitely the Far Cry series, which is really cool. We've seen a lot of actually it's interesting. We've seen a lot of mainstream actors moving into doing voice work for video games recently.
That's because nowadays it's cool not. Now. You're not just using your voice now. They pretty much staple green dots all over you, and you motion cap and act out the entire thing anyway.
Yeah, true.
So
it's good to see us moving into that kind of mainstream side of things, where
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah. Did you see them closing with Far Cry 6? Did you think that was going to be? I was surprised.
There was a leak about 3 days before, so I already saw it coming. If that hadn't have happened, I probably wouldn't have seen it coming at all. We haven't heard much about Far Cry in a while. The only reason I knew was because there was a leak of a screenshot, and then Ubisoft released a GIF of what that screenshot was, basically, which is when he was lighting up the cigar.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So it kind of sucks, but that would have been an awesome finish if no one knew what it was. And
I didn't know. I was away.
You didn't know?
I didn't know.
You were away. Son of a bitch.
Yeah, I was happy. That's why I was like, "Wow, this is that's really cool." Shame that's no gameplay, but obviously they've got another Forward coming up. So yeah, all right. Give me that was it for the Ubisoft Forward. Pretty much we've just covered all of their announcements. So scale of 1 to 10, 10 being obviously amazeballs. What was the if you had to score the event, what would you give it?
The event itself, a 6.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. The game's really impressive. I liked what I saw. Again, concerns about a few things there. But the thing that brings it down to me is the way it was presented. The fucking moving square thing.
Oh yeah, it was a bit off, wasn't it?
Off-putting. It's the person speaking here, and then they're sliding down here, and there's all this shit going on around them. It's what the fuck? My brain was just what the fuck? And I know there would have been people watching this at fucking 4 o'clock in the morning when it came out, and it would have been fucking with them so bad.
Yeah. It's like,
But
I'm a
aside from
gamer,
that-
man. Keep it simple.
Aside from that, again, from what we saw in there, cool. I'm excited. But again, that was the only detraction for me. It was the moving squares, man. It really fucked with me. I was trying to watch it. I was like, what the fuck is this? What about you, man? Where are you with it?
For me, like I was really, really happy with the Far Cry announcement at the end. I think I just think that setting is going to be really cool. The like Watchdogs, I'm warm on it. Assassin's Creed, I'm in. For me, it's probably about a 7.5, 8. I'll give it an 8 out of 10, I reckon.
Yeah,
I think it was a good length. They didn't draw it out. They didn't fill it full of shit. They had some developers in there. They had some cinematic stuff in there. Pretty much, they had the PlayStation 1 previously. It was just, I just found it a very solid experience. And now I think it's also just gonna be even harder for E3 to come back.
Yeah, the recent success of the way these things have, like the new presentation style has gone, has worked really well. Now imagine what they can do. I mean, yes, it will be live streamed still, but what they can do when they're working out of their own studios.
Oh yeah, exactly. All this shit's getting done from home, so it's a feat just to pull it off. And I think we're going to see a big one from Xbox at the end of the month. It's just going to be, and the amount of money these guys would have saved by not attending E3 and doing all that shit. It's a no-brainer. And I don't know, I'm enjoying it. I like how it's spaced out with all these events that have happened, especially this month. It's good. It's something new each week. It's not crammed
all in one week, and you just lose everything.
Yeah, and shit gets like bring it on. Leave it like this. All right, we're going to finish off with our last little news bit of the week, just to give someone else a go, not just all Ubisoft in the Ubisoft podcast tonight. That is, Superhot creators giving away millions of free copies of Mind Control Delete expansion. So the team behind the time-bending first-person shooter Superhot has a pretty good proposition. Buy or have bought the first game, and you will get the follow-up one for free, called Superhot Mind Control Delete. The standalone expansion has been in early access on Steam since 2017, but it's releasing in full on July 16. The developer Superhot team wants to reward buyers of the original with a free copy. That means as many as 2 million people are eligible to receive the expansion without paying for it, the studio says. All you need to do is purchase Superhot or have already purchased the game on one of the supported major platforms, and the expansion will be automatically added to your library. It's important to note that this is for the non-VR version of the game, as the VR version of Oculus Rift for the Oculus Rift and other platforms is a separate title. Right now, Superhot is 60% off on the Microsoft Store, Steam, and Xbox. Normally, the game costs $24.99, and it's still up for full price on PlayStation Store and the Nintendo Switch. Switch is not among the supported platforms for the promotion. There you go.
More fucking Superhot. I'm so excited. I saw this. I didn't even know this was like a thing. It just kind of came out. I was like, fuck yes! Superhot! Love it!
Fucking give it to me.
Give it to me!
Come up, you Superhot bastard. Shooting dudes. Shooting red bullets at people and deflecting them and throwing knives at stuff. Yeah, it's I've only played I've played like maybe a couple of hours. It is a really cool game. It's even better in VR. That pisses me off that I can't.
I'm sad that I don't have it for VR.
Yeah, no, it's actually a lot of fun in VR. That's it, mate. We're done.
We're done. We're good. Call it
we are finished. Sign it up. Clean it. We're done. Edit it. Post it. Where can people find you, man?
You can find me on the internet at Twitter and on Twitch at deft_puppies. Gray, what about you, man?
You can find me over at YouTube and on Twitter when I don't get DMCA banned on there. Stupid Twitter. At Gray Aussie Gamer. Damn it, I've just spent the last hour talking about games and stuff and I forgot all about that, so I get to go deal with that. Yes. Podcast, though, if you want to find the podcast, you can find us over at Twitter as well at left_pod, and also on YouTube where you can catch the replay of the live show if you have missed it. Just search for 2 Left Thumbs podcast. You also find us at 9 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time every Tuesday night on our YouTube channel. Search for the same one, Two Left Thumbs Podcast, and we will be there. With that said, ladies and gentlemen, it has been an absolute pleasure once again. We'll be back again next week.
Xbox
Tuesday?
News.
Is it? Isn't that the week after? Is it?
23rd.
Is it? That's the week after. We're going to have Ghost of Tsushima news.
Oh, we will. Yes.
We're going to have
Thank
full...
God. We'll have a break.
Yeah, we'll have full deliciousness of Ghost of Tsushima. Yeah, we will. You know, we're probably not even... If the game is really good, if it's any good, we're probably just going to miss the podcast.
There won't be a podcast. We'll just do a double cast.
Oh, I'm sick, man. I can't make it tonight. Just
Yeah, sorry, man. Just too busy.
Cool. All right. Thank you very much.
Thanks for listening. Bye.
See you next time.